Finding Forrester, 2000, starring Rob Brown and Sean Connery. Welcome back to Streetball Strategies basketball movie reviews. So before I get into Finding Forrester, for those of you who haven't been following this playlist, I've been counting down Esquire.com's best basketball movies. And I clearly made a mistake when I chose to review this list. Because while Finding Forrester is number 8 on this list, I skipped number 9, which was a movie called Cornbread Earl and Me. Cornbread Earl and Me was a movie that came out in the mid-1970s and I had never heard of it before. I did watch it, but it's not a basketball movie. It's about a basketball player who is mistakenly murdered by the police. It's a social injustice, police brutality drama that ends with a court scene, and not a basketball court scene, a legal court of law court scene. If that's the kind of movie you're looking for, you should go watch Cornbread Earl and Me, but it's not a basketball movie, and I am disgusted by Esquire.com that they considered this a basketball movie, and they would put it at number 9 on the best basketball movie list. It's not a basketball movie, and as a basketball channel and a basketball movie reviewer, I refuse to review it as if it's a basketball movie, because it's not. Finding Forrester is a story about Jamal Wallace, played by Rob Brown. He is a basketball star in high school. He's also a very talented writer. In fact, he has such high exam scores that he gets a scholarship to a fancy prep school to play basketball there. At the same time, he befriends a once famous, now reclusive writer named William Forrester, played by Sean Connery. William Forrester once wrote a book in the 1950s that went on to be widely acclaimed as the great American novel of the 20th century. That was the one and only book he published, and after that he disappeared. Jamal and William formed this friendship, and William begins to mentor Jamal with his writing, and that's what the movie is about. What the movie isn't about is basketball. That's something that I've come to notice doing these reviews on this list, which is most basketball movies are dualities, meaning they have dual themes. There's one theme of the movie, and then there's the basketball theme of the movie. And my problem and question is, at what point do we stop considering these movies to be basketball movies? Because, for instance, in Finding Forrester, the main theme of the movie is the friendship and the relationship and the mentorship of Jamal and William, and then basketball is like way down here. It's not like the main theme of the movie being the friendship and relationship between Jamal and William is the main theme, and then like basketball is right underneath it, sort of supporting it. No, in this movie, the basketball theme is way down here. And so my question is, at what point do we stop considering these kinds of movies to be basketball movies? It's fine that they have the dual themes, but for instance, in movies like Fast Break or Above the Rim, those movies are about basketball. They have other themes, other things that they're about, but the main theme of the movie is basketball, and then everything else revolves around that theme and supports that theme. To me, those are basketball movies. Finding Forrester, to me, is not a basketball movie. It's a good movie about relationships and mentorships and the passion for writing. It's just not a basketball movie. Finding Forrester is directed by Gus Van Sant, who also directed one of my all-time favorite movies, which is Good Will Hunting. And when I was watching this movie, it kind of felt to me like a fusion between Good Will Hunting and another one of my all-time favorite movies, which is The Karate Kid. Unfortunately, bringing that peanut butter and chocolate together doesn't really form the kind of Reese's peanut butter cup you would expect when you bring those two movies together to make Finding Forrester. And a big reason for that, for me, as a basketball channel, as a person who's reviewing these movies because of basketball reasons, looking for a basketball story and a basketball narrative, Finding Forrester is disappointing to me because the relationship between Jamal and William is portrayed so well, and their love and passion for writing is portrayed so well. It's inspirational that if the basketball theme in this movie was done as well as the friendship and writing themes were done, then this could have been an outstanding movie. But because the basketball is kind of, it feels like an afterthought, because of that, it's, for a basketball movie reviewer, it's disappointing. For instance, you'll see Jamal make some jumpers, make some layups, you'll see him trash talk some people, but then like in the championship game where you think that's where you would, showcase him being a great basketball player, he doesn't play well. And you would think the championship game would be like the main basketball set of the movie, and it's not. The main basketball scene in the movie is a free throw shooting competition between him and his teammate, and that's the big basketball scene in the movie. It's disappointing. So is Finding Forrester a good movie? Yes, it's obviously a good movie. Everything in the movie is done really well, except for the basketball. Did the movie accomplish what it was trying to do? Sure, it did, as far as the relationship between Jamal and William and their friendship and the mentorship and all of that kind of stuff. They definitely accomplished what they were trying to do, but the basketball side feels like an afterthought. We're never shown as to why Jamal is such a great basketball player, and it's not really believable that he is. Should you see Finding Forrester anyway? Sure. I mean, it's a good movie. I don't regret watching it. If I probably will watch it again, but if I do, it'll be because of the relationship between Jamal and Thomas, but it won't have anything to do with the basketball in the movie. So I'll give you my grade for this movie, but let me preface it by saying that, number one, remember this is a basketball channel. I'm reviewing these movies for basketball reasons. I'm looking for a good basketball story, a good basketball narrative. I didn't get that with this movie. And second, I prefer movies that have balance to them. For instance, this movie is almost a straight drama. Yes, there is humor that is scattered throughout this movie that tries to break up the dramatic tension, and it's okay, but for the most part, it's just straight drama. And just me personally, I prefer movies that are more balanced, that they have a good balance of comedy and drama, or whatever, dual emotions that they're going for. I prefer movies that are more balanced, and this was much more drama than comedy. And so for those two reasons, I'm going to give Finding Forrester a B-. I'm sure I'll watch it again someday, but not for the basketball. Strictly for the relationship between Jamal and William. So thank you guys for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That's a huge help to me. Also hit that notification bell so you're notified of the rest of the movies on this list. As I said, Finding Forrester was number 8 on this list, and even though I am no longer a fan of Esquire.com's best basketball movies list, I might as well continue to review it from this point. So number 7 is Glory Road, and I believe I have seen Glory Road once when it first came out. I don't remember anything about it, which isn't really a good sign, but hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised when I review it. So until then, I will see you guys in that review.
We East Champs, dog, get it right. Trust you wanna play, bring your ball and your nights, let's go.